Curtains up, it's the grand opening. The young son, you get your treat from.
We're live? What's up, D-Squad, D-Heads, D-Babies? Commander D reporting in with Episode 2 of World of Horror. This game was designed by Paweł Kosminski, developed by Panstaz, and published by Eastbird Games. World of Horror takes you through a hellish, roguelite reality with turn-based combat and unforgiving choices. It's described as a one-bit love letter to Junji Ito. It's a perfect game to pick up for a quick play or for the long haul. In Episode 1, we started a quick play, randomized our character, randomized the mysteries. So far, we've done 1 out of 5 investigations we need to complete to stop the apocalypse. So to recap, we had left our apartment in the city. We got a letter from our aunt inviting us to a festival in the countryside. Long story short, we fought a bunch of ghouls, we got a sweet pumpkin mask, and revealed our aunt to be the leader of a cult that was trying to sacrifice us to the god of this playthrough, the Towering Eye. Luckily, we escaped. We are now just arriving back at our apartment to recuperate and decide which of the last 4 investigations to take on next. So without saying any more or less, let's get into it. Last playthrough I wanted to focus on explaining the mechanics of the game. This time we're going to go a little faster, hopefully not have an hour-long episode again. Oh shit, that actually just scared me. Oh man. Yeah, last time we leveled up, we got a point in our dexterity, we have no funds, which is going to be a huge detriment to us. Let's check where our doom percentage was at. Looks like it's at about 21%. That's not bad. We're 1/5 of the way there, and we've got 1/5 of our doom. So one of these investigations, we're gonna have to really conserve how much doom is accumulating, or else we're gonna hit 100% before we get to the final part of the game. The friendly dog disappeared last night. You will have to find a new place to buy equipment. The friendly dog is the shop owner, so every time you complete an investigation, something will happen to the town. There'll be a higher chance of combat when you're investigating around. Sometimes shop owners will disappear, whole zones will get blocked off. In this case, we've lost access to one of the shops. There's still the hardware store, which has some of the best weapons in my opinion. So I'm not completely concerned about losing the general store's vendor. So let's see. Let's just go back to the apartment. Inside your mailbox, you find a small key. What is it doing in there? Take the key. So up in the top right corner, we need all 5 of these keys to be able to progress to the end. Usually at the end of each investigation, you'll find one in your mailbox. Alright, so let's see. We've got 16 stamina, 14 reason. Let's see what's on the TV. Local police are helpless as more and more victims with their throats slashed turn up in the downtown area. Yikes. So right now we can either take a cold water bath to regenerate our reason, which probably would be a good idea. Hot water would increase our stamina, but we've already got maximum of 17. Warm water for the XP boost. Let's take a cold water bath and get some of our reason back. There we go, that feels good. Take a look out of the peephole. Those eyeballs down there? Yikes. Alright, so last time we completed the Far Out Fable of a Fabled Far Out Festival, some sort of alliteration. What we've got left to do is the Bizarre Brute of the Blood-Curdling Botanist, the Chilling Chronicle of a Crimson Cape, the Sorrowful Saga of the Moonlight Sailors, and the Rotten Report of Rancid Ramen. Let's do the ramen one. Rotten Report of Rancid Ramen. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves, dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You are determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? Flesh of the gods themselves? Yikes. Alright, let's go. Watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. Our little individual quest too here, it says discard 2 item cards to complete this quest. So if we find some items we don't need, we can toss them both and get some XP for this quest. Let's see, do we have any items on us? Looks like we just have the camera and the ritual mask. What does this mask do? Small chance of ignoring reason loss in combat. That's not bad. For now, I'm going to switch the pumpkin mask for the camera. Yeah, I'd rather have plus to knowledge for right now. If we get into a spot where it looks like combat's going to happen, I might switch back. Let's check our status. Oh, that's right. Last gameplay, we got burned. So we receive additional combat damage, and it changes the way your character looks. Now I have this bandages on my face from my burn marks. For allies, we found this dog in the woods when we were investigating the cult last game. He gives us a higher chance of finding items after combat, which might work well with having to discard items for extra bonus XP. And we also, upon leveling up, we picked up the Quick Thinking perk, which gives us +1 to Dexterity. The town status, like I said, the store is closed. Every time you complete a mystery, this keeps filling up with different detriments to your playthrough. And this is who we're trying to stop from completing their apocalypse, the Towering Eye. And the effect that he has on this playthrough is that casting spells raise the % of doom. So instead of like, let's say I wanted to cast one of these spells like this flame spell, which does 7 damage, instead of just increasing my doom, it's going to replace the cost of 1 reason and the cost of 1 stamina with further doom increase. Mind Drain, a little weaker spell, won't cost 2 reason, but it will increase doom instead. So, gotta use our spells very sparingly because, like I said, we are 1/5 of the way to losing at 100% doom, and we're also 1/5 of the way there winning with 1 out of our 5 investigations completed. So right now we're being suggested to investigate the forest. If I had any funds, I would definitely head to the seaside and go to the hardware store and pick up a stronger weapon like a hammer or a shovel. We don't have money. That could be a really big problem here. All of last game I was kicking all my enemies and luckily we got through, but that is not the ideal way to play. So let's head into the apartments. Let's step outside and check out what's going on in the apartment building. We'll bring Dog with us. It's a bad time to be out of cash. Hey, I just said the same, says the grim-looking man who's standing in your way. Our company, fortunately, specializes in cases like yours, and will gladly help you get back on track. After all, he takes a step closer, and you can swear there is a faint smell of rust around the man. Everyone has something to sell. Ooh, okay, so if I had to assume, we can either sacrifice some of our stamina by giving him a jar of our blood for some money. Fondest memory is probably going to be a reduction to our experience, and peace of mind would be losing reason. The reason why I'm going to sell some of my reason is because I could unlearn some of these spells to gain reason back. If you unlearn a spell, you regain some reason. So I think worst case scenario, if we start to get low on reason, 0 reason you lose, 0 stamina you lose, and 100% doom you lose. So let's give him some peace of mind. Oh no, my assumption was wrong. We got +2 funds at the cost of 5% doom. Oh, that's the last thing I wanted to happen. Oh man, that's not good. Let's go see if we can how much a shovel costs. Price 3 funds. Ugh. See what else we could get. I mean, this hammer is only 2, but the shovel is 6 damage. It's so much better. I wonder if we can, wonder if this pumpkin mask is worth anything. Nah, he doesn't want a pumpkin mask. We'll come back here. Maybe we'll find a way to gain one more fund, and we can come back and get this shovel. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's head back into our apartment building, and let's check on the neighbors. Nah, I don't care about the neighbors. Let's investigate the staircase. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe an ice-cold water is a good idea. Yeah, let's do the cold bath. That'll increase our reason. Strength check failure. Your body clearly wasn't prepared for a cold bath, and you can feel a cold coming on. -2 to stamina. Great. Alright, let's keep looking around. A woman jumps out of her apartment, covered in gore. Between sobs, she tries to explain what happened. She was taking a hot shower when suddenly the shower head started spraying blood. A trail of blood leads into the dark apartment. Calm her down. Check the bathroom. Let's see what's going on in there. Hey, that's why we put the camera on. The camera gave us +1 to knowledge. Knowledge check success. You don't enter the bathroom. Instead, you go straight to the building's boiler room. One pipe, coming from the ground, looks like it was welded to the central system recently. Where does it lead? +5 experience. Let's go. Alright, let's get out of the apartment building. Let's go downtown. Something is wrong. You don't see anyone on the street, and you could have sworn it was crowded just a minute ago. You'd better hurry out of here. Oof. God, I wonder if it's worth tossing my pumpkin mask and my camera for this experience. Probably not. Let's go down this alleyway. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. It looks like someone or something tore out his throat. Steal his gun? Ho ho! Check his wound for clues. Escape before more people arrive. I mean, I got that +1 to dexterity. I'm not sure what it's going to skill check me for stealing his gun, but I'm going to try to steal his gun. He won't be needing it, but you still feel bad about stealing it from a corpse. Let's go! +1, plus item, -3 to reason. I'll take it. So, that solves the problem of not having a weapon. Let's equip this. Let's see. Damage 3, speed 80, chance to hit 80. 9 damage. Wow. Let's put that on. Let's go. We've got a gun, we've got a camera. Alright, so we made it to the ramen shop, which is downtown. And, okay. Let's check it out. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate, an icy feeling settling into the pit of your stomach. Ignore it? Or examine it? Let's examine it! No! Oh man, we are getting our reason drained. Dexterity check failure. It's not until you've unwrapped it that you understand what it is. Shocked, you let it fall to the floor from your bloodied hands. Ugh. I think I used this as an example of a check. Like, that could have easily been an item or experience, but when you find something and if it doesn't sit right with your mind, you can lose reason, you can get an increase to doom. The red bowl is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. Oh, man. It's getting darker as you arrive at the cemetery, and shadows move in fantastic and unaccountable ways between the tombstones. Finding the right grave may prove to be a challenge, especially when you feel someone's gaze on your back. So if we had a shovel, it looks like we could, I'm assuming, dig up a grave for an item, but we can either confront the person behind us, we can ignore him, we can run in terror. Let's confront the person. Charisma check success. You whirl around to see who's behind you. Luckily, the other person is a kind old lady who points you to the tombstone you were looking for. Under a stone, you find a note someone left for you. +5 experience. Can't complain about that. Alright. So we've got a sample of the ramen, and we're going to take it to the lab, which is by the hospital. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup, and walk out without tasting the weird dish. Yeah, I'm glad I guess it wouldn't even give you the option to eat it. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody would choose to take a bite of that. I think that would just be game ending. Investigate the lab. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into the lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? Oh, this is an example, too, of if we had had something from another quest. Maybe it would have been worth saving this one for later, but let's give him the vial of ramen. A day later, your friend rings your door. Her face is pale, and in a shaky hand, she holds an analysis sheet. You usher her in and bolt the door. You feel ill, looking at the charts. While they couldn't identify some of the particles, they did discover highly addictive drug in the broth. The ramen restaurant must be closed immediately. Let's go. A week later, police and an official stand where the ramen restaurant used to be. Nothing remains but a gap in the street and aimless, confused customers. So we got ending B. You'd like to believe that was the end of it, but snippets in newspapers from other cities unsettle you. Brief articles about an exciting new ramen restaurant opening, and its mysterious owner keeps showing up. You can no longer eat noodles without feeling ill. So let's see, we got 30 experience, we lost 3% of our doom, that's fantastic. We regen some reason and stamina, and 1 day passed. So yeah, that was a quick one. I wanted this to be a much shorter episode. I thought that'd be a quick one. It only had 2 endings. The one we did before, I think, had 4 or 5 potential endings, so there was a lot of places to go. The forest, the abandoned factory, the festival, all this kind of stuff. The ramen restaurant is right next to our apartment building. There was 1 of 2 endings. I wonder what the other ending would have been, but let's keep it brief right there. Episode 3, we've got 3 mysteries left. Let's check what our doom is at. Okay, that's not bad. 34% doom. Last game we went from 0 to 21%. This time we only went from 21 to 34%. So quicker of investigation. Maybe not a preferable ending, but we got less doom. We got a key, one of the 5 keys we need to get to the end game. So yeah, let's call it there. Next one, probably be a little longer. We're going to take a mystery that probably has a couple more endings, so it's going to have a lot more options to choose from. But thanks for tuning in. CommanderDHead reporting out.